TGIF, it's St. Nick's Day. If you don't know what St. Nick's Day is, it's when you put your boots out underneath your bed or in the hallway, and St. Nick comes to visit you and drops off gifts. But I didn't get anything. I'm Dominic D'Angelo. It's Rumor and Innuendo. It's at freeshows.com, and I am here with Mr. Robert Karplus, WE Creative _ish. Robert, how are you today?
Dom, were you drinking that blue stuff that they made Orange Cassidy drink? I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe I don't know what St. Nick's Day is. Now I'm wondering where my shoes are.
What? That's right. When I was a kid, I would get Ghostbusters in the boots. You'd leave your boots out, and there would be Ghostbusters, Ninja Turtles, trading cards. It was like a little preview of Christmas.
You needed a preview? It's not good enough that you get an entire day of presents?
No.
Do you have any idea? Like Hanukkah, it is the rampage of holidays.
The rampage.
All right. At best, it's collision. Like it's a thing. You're gonna get one good present and then 7 iffy to questionable gifts.
They're like stocking stuffers, then, like the earlier ones. Like when do you get the big gift? Is it on the final day, or
there's no rhyme or reason? It may start with the big gift. It may end with the big gift. But you're going to get some nights where it's just like, here's some chocolate gelt and $5. Enjoy.
Oh, man.
Here's a Ninja Turtle.
Oh, man. Just
Happy Hanukkah. Yeah. Oh, just one. Just one. Or one of the Batman Returns toys.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. So you're talking a big gift. And a big gift may be a single video game.
Yeah. Wow. Man.
So, which, hey, it's fine. And I also get hosed because my birthday is 2 days after Christmas. So I get a little bit of the, well, you'll get your big gift then.
Really? Oh, no, they procrastinated and put it on.
You get like, here's a gift now and you're fine, but with the other one there. And this is where we're at. And I know a lot of families, they don't even go all 8 nights. You know, really? It's not the Continental Classic. They're not sticking through this till the end. It's a WWE tournament where they just give up halfway through and just say, all right, Lyra Valkyria wins.
So there's no Hanukkah leagues. There's no like a blue and gold league in Hanukkah.
I mean, blue and gold are the Hanukkah colors.
That's it, right?
So you're already there. But that's pretty much what we got. It's it's an in-your-house style holiday. It ain't WrestleMania. We'll say hi to some of the folks who are joining us here live. Alt Jake says, can actually watch live today. Real jobs are the worst. Dom and I don't subscribe to that. We both love our other jobs, and we're not here talking wrestling. Dre Owen says, made it back to the live show. KO will be champ next Saturday. Whoa. Calling it now. Is he going for the women's intercontinental title? That's the only way I see Dre's brother Kevin winning. Wrestling Old Head says, in honor of Mo from The Simpsons taking over the title of the show.
I called it St. Nick's SmackDown Special or something. I can't remember what I called it. Oh, St. Nick's SmackDown Special. That's what I called it today.
It's the quote is, well, I'm better than dirt. Oh. Most kinds of dirt, not that fancy store-bought dirt. That stuff is loaded with nutrients. I can't compete with that stuff. It's the best line reading you're getting from me. If you want Hank Azaria, you can go to Huff, which was a great Showtime show when I was working at Showtime.
Let's get him on the show.
Jeff Henninger says, who ready for the Friday fallout from War Games tonight? And then Jay says, socks and underwear, which suck as a kid, but rule as an adult.
It's true.
Look, as a kid, yes, I would have been really annoyed if I opened it up and I was like, oh man, I got socks and underwear. As an adult, I'm thrilled. I know for a fact some of that underwear is going to be coming from True Classic.
Hey,
this isn't even time for the True Classic plug. This is literally just, they sent us the stuff. My wife was like, this is really good. I'm getting you more. And she used our promo code Rumor. So
how about that?
I do admire that. I admire the fact that we are 4 minutes into the show. We have a lot of wrestling to talk about. We're talking about Hanukkah. We're talking about the fact that Dom is dressed like David Foster Wallace. A lot of weird stuff going on here today.
Lots of weird stuff. But I'm not infinite jesting. I am talking about pro wrestling.
No, this is a brief interview with hideous men.
Yeah,
that's right. We're gonna go down the entire the entire bibliography section of David Foster Wallace.
But Robert, we have only a very small SmackDown preview.
Oh, now I get why he said what he said, because I wasn't paying attention. Wrestling Old Head says it says Rumoe and Innuendo.
No, I screwed that up now.
Damn it, Dom!
What the heck?
We've been doing the show for like a year at this point.
Rumoe. That is
Rumoe.
Rumoe.
Welcome to Rumoe and Innuendo.
Oh, I love it.
My God. But at least tonight is Friday Night SmackDown.
Ooh, yes.
Yes.
So the only match that they have listed here, Robert, is Naomi versus Tiffany Stratton versus Elektra Lopez. And obviously, this is for the the United States Women's Title Tournament. You would think, I don't know. Is Tiffany Stratton a safe bet in this one?
No.
You don't think so, huh?
No, she is not the safe bet in this one. So here's the thing with SmackDown tonight. SmackDown tonight is all about setting the table for Rumblemania season the way Raw did. So at the end of Survivor Series on Saturday, we had a pretty definitive finish to the men's Survivor Series match.
Yes.
The women's Survivor Series match, Nia Jax's team lost in part because of the tension between Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. You obviously had Candice LeRae and Tiffany Stratton with some friction, some tension there. So I would not be shocked if Candice LeRae in some way, shape, or form costs Tiffany Stratton this match. It will definitely not be Elektra Lopez. If you've seen her wrestle, you know, small doses.
Yes.
Micro doses would be the best option for that. So advancing Naomi forward feels like the right call. You need a strong babyface for people to want to get behind. And as much as they're trying with Mishin, I feel like the audience is going to be more in tune to want to cheer for Naomi. You got to wonder where Nia Jax's next challenge is going to be. If it were me, as I adjust my headset here, I think we got to start looking at cashing in that briefcase sooner rather than later.
I'm with you, Robert. I thought almost it was the perfect time to do it during the War Games match because it would have really stood out. But yeah, it's like it's kind of getting to that point where you want Tiffany to either something to happen, something to develop with that. So yes, I'm for that. But yeah, I don't know. Who would you put the title on Chelsea Green when it's all said and done when it comes to the U.S. Women's Title Tournament?
Oh, 100%. 100% yes. Chelsea Green with the United States title, putting a Canadian flag on there, just like friend of the show, Lance Storm. I think that would be absolutely incredible. That feels like the right decision to go with. But we'll see. I feel like on the Raw side, there is a strong feeling of putting it on Natalya. Mm-hmm. Natalya tends to get a lot of the consolation prize first evers. So she has the Guinness record for the most matches of any woman in WWE history. She was the first woman to wrestle in Saudi Arabia. So I can see them saying, we're going to make you the first women's intercontinental champion since we know how much she reveres her Uncle Brett.
Yes, well, that's a good point. So the only thing other advertised is the fallout, what we've kind of hinted and talked about throughout the whole week here. What do you expect? What do you think? How are they going to continue this and rebuild potentially like the new bloodline or whatever the next step is here for the story saga that we got going on with Roman Reigns and the whole lot of them?
So because you're tuning in here, you're a smarter than average fan.
That's correct.
Let's be honest. You're looking at this a little bit more logically, a little more analytically. We know that at Saturday night's main event, we are getting Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes, which means you can't pivot to Cody and Roman.
Right.
You can't pivot to Cody and anybody else. You have to remain pretending that the Kevin Owens feud that Dre Owens is convinced is going to end with a KO title reign belongs to it belongs to Cody and Kevin. That's what we're focusing on right now. Roman Reigns, as the non-tribal chief right now, does not have the Unifala around his neck. He does not have the Universal title around his waist. He also does not have the numbers on SmackDown. Yes, Solo and his team lost. Yes, Bronson Reed seems to be on the shelf for a little while, but it is still essentially 4-on-2. It's Solo, it's Jacob Fatu, it's Tama Tonga, it's Tonga Loa. Mm-hmm. All Roman has is Jimmy Uso. So there's going to be a little bit of strategizing that's going to probably go on there. in terms of how they're going to be able to be kept safe. There's going to be a regrouping with Solo and his troops. I think I said before the idea that Solo lost because all 5 baby faces hit finishing moves on him to pin him. It's going to be, where were you all? You left me alone 5-on-1. This is not what your tribal chief expects. We need to start creating some actual chaos here. We need to get back in the destruction mode. And I think they can regroup a little bit. My guess is by Royal Rumble, we see an end to the Solo version of what we're getting. We don't know if at that point we're going to see The Rock. I know there's conflicting reports. I know your gentleman friend Sean Ross Sapp is like, I don't think he's going to be there. As I discussed, I'm working stiff yesterday with Scott Chaplin. I said, we are not entitled to know if Rock is going to be there or not. There's going to be reports. It's not like Rock is leaving the company. It's not like Rock is showing up at AEW. It's not like Rock is a week in, week out performer. He is on the board at TKO. He has a financial vested interest in WWE being successful. So if he can be there, if he's able to be there, if it makes sense creatively for him to be there, he will be there. And if he's not there, there's still a lot of great options for WWE to go and pivot to. But that pivot is not going to happen right now because you still have a Roman Solo story to finish.
Mm-hmm.
As long as Solo has the chili peppers around his neck, we're going to get something. And then there's the other component of this, which is the Paul Heyman Roman Reigns relationship.
Right. Yeah, and that looked that little indication at the end of the match of War Games. They seem to be on the same page, but who knows? There's a lot of different elements. We still have CM Punk in the wings, like calling it a favor. But yeah, Robert, I think you're really spot on when it comes to, hey, if The Rock isn't there, there's plenty to fill up the plate when it comes to WrestleMania and make it feel like a big deal. And it's a blessing for WWE to have all that kind of talent ready to go and stuff like that. But the work was put in to building a lot of these stars up. So hats off to them for that.
It was. We also know tonight we're supposedly going to get the ultimatum with Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. In order for that to move forward, it was Ciampa saying, like, you're doing things my way or we're splitting up. We did not see the dissolution of New Day on Monday Night Raw in terms of Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. I do not think that we are going to see the dissolution of DIY. I think they are going to be the heel tag team going up against the Motor City Machine Guns and the Street Profits, who are just kind of floating around out there. I got to be honest, at least for a moment. Montez Ford, I understand his loyalty with Angelo Dawkins. I understand their belief that this is a strong tag team. People always say, why does tag wrestling not feel the same as singles matches do, or at least in WWE world? They don't treat tag championships the same. This is why. You have been conditioned as an audience that a tag team has a Shawn, has a Marty. I know, December 2nd was the anniversary of the barbershop window.
Yep.
So that's sort of readily apparent. The tag teams are a great mechanism to introduce a single star. Montez Ford, given his in-ring ability, given his charisma, given his promo skills, given the way he connects with the crowd, connects with the camera, was a dude who feels like this should be a future world champion.
Absolutely.
We have not gotten that the last few years. Even back before he had his reality show with Bianca Belair. He's trying to be loyal to his tag team partner. I love Angelo Dawkins. I'm friends with Angelo Dawkins. I get what they're doing with the Street Profits, but Montez Ford really needs an opportunity to shine. And we see in AEW right now a lot of talents that were in WWE, namely the Hurt Syndicate and Ricochet, who were just not being utilized properly in WWE and are now good, bad, or indifferent, getting opportunities over in AEW. I'd love to see something happen with Montez Ford, maybe a strong showing in the Royal Rumble. Maybe they start looking at him for King of the Ring next year. I think in 2025, you don't have that much more runway to go with him. I want to see something done with that guy. That being said, Motor City Machine Guns DIY having a series of matches, I'm all for it.
Oh, me too. Couple follow-ups. So You think it's on Montez Ford that the reason he's not going singles is it's a personal choice of his to stick with Angelo? Has he said something to that effect?
They've
Or?
said something. They've said something to that effect. It's very similar to how New Day said the whole "we're never going to split up and we want to be different." There is a unity. There is a brotherhood that exists with Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. They came to the main roster together. There definitely is a sense of loyalty because there was a fear for a while if Montez broke off separately, Angelo Dawkins would get lost in the shuffle.
Sure.
Angelo Dawkins has stepped up his game in ring significantly.
Mhm.
That is no longer a fear. That is no longer a reality. So I would love to see what you could possibly do with Montez Ford. You know, there's another developing story that we saw come out of Survivor Series, which is the United States title with Shinsuke Nakamura.
Mhm.
That is a situation where if Montez Ford were to go after that, I think him and Nakamura would absolutely tear it up.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And actually, Dre Owens says the same thing. Ford should take the U.S. title from Nakamura. That's the other story we're going to get on SmackDown. What's
Mhm.
going to go on with that men's United States title? I'm sure LA Knight's going to want a rematch. Whether they can stretch that all the way to February, I think is when the Rumble is. I doubt it.
Yeah.
But I can see that being maybe they want to add that to Saturday night's main event. I don't know. I don't know how many matches they're truly committed to for that broadcast. I don't know if they want to push that to the January week of when they debut on Netflix with Raw. You want to make SmackDown feel just as important. Hey, guess what? There's a U.S. title match. You've still got Carmelo Hayes, who I said maybe after losing to Cody, they're going to look at turning him babyface. You still got Andrade floating around out there. You got Santos Escobar, number of multi-man matches, but we will absolutely get at least one segment with Shinsuke Nakamura and the United States title.
Yeah. I like what they're doing with Shinsuke. Should be an interesting follow-up at the very least. Something that WWE is committed to with WWE Saturday Night Main Event is Jesse Ventura. He has they officially announced. It's been talked about, rumored about. Even my co-host Greg Gagne made hint about Jesse Ventura getting involved.
Is that because Greg Gagne doesn't realize that Ventura is not a weekly commentator?
No. he was the first to hint.
I'm waiting for Greg Gagne to be like, "Where's Rod Trongard? I haven't seen Trongard on TV in a couple weeks. He doing okay? How's Craig DeGeorge? Craig DeGeorge making an appearance anytime soon? Shout out to Craig DeGeorge, by the way. Craig Minervini, who's ironically enough, because I can't escape this, one of the TV personalities who covered the Florida Panthers.
No way.
Yes, he was our sideline reporter, our pre-show host. I was like, this is tremendous. It's Craig DeGeorge.
How about that? That's awesome.
And he's like, just kayfabe that. It's Minervini. I don't need the
Minervini, please. No,
come on, man. I'm still waiting for the return of Todd Pettengill.
Oh, it's gonna happen at some point.
They brought him back for an In Your House NXT special before.
They did. They need, man, the element of renting a Coliseum home video and seeing him host the whole thing. It really puts you in a right place as a kid.
I don't know how to take that, but Jesse the Body Ventura back on Saturday night's main event. I am so excited for this. Not as excited as Working Stiff co-host Mike Lawrence, who is a massive Jesse the Body Ventura fan.
Fantastic. It's going to be pretty exciting stuff. Obviously, we saw him backstage with Triple H months ago, and then they revealed that he signed a Legends deal. Jesse even announced that himself, too. And so it'll be cool to see him back in the mix, whether he's just calling a match, one match or something like that behind the booth. Should be fun to see him in that element. And it'll be interesting to see who they pair him up with. If it's Michael Cole or, well, I'd imagine probably be Michael Cole, right? If he's to join at some point. Would he be the safe one?
Yeah. I could see him trusting him with Cole and Graves. Part of me, just because I like to watch the world burn, put Jesse Ventura and Pat McAfee together.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
That would be something else.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Look, Jesse, go back. Jesse is a really smart commentator.
Mm-hmm.
He was a guy who understood how to tell the story of what's going on in the ring and make it feel compelling. He grounded all of those elements, and he would talk in a way that felt like, yes, we're telling the story that WWE wants you to tell, but I'm also not going to insult your intelligence, and I'm going to call out the things that would be bugging you. we can never get Gorilla and Heenan together again. So it's great getting Jesse the Body Ventura back on commentary. I think he's going to have a blast. I hope he takes a pot shot at Dusty when Cody's out there.
Oh, I bet.
You can just feel it.
Yeah.
And it's proof that Vince McMahon is dead and buried, because Vince and Jesse, not the best of friends. Jesse Ventura, a fascinating individual. Wrestling Old Head right here says, let's reunite Todd Pettengill and Stephanie Wyand. You are a sick man.
Oh, my.
Though she was there for Todd Pettengill's best moment, which was the first In Your House, when someone won the house.
Right.
And he looks right in the camera and just, you won the house.
You won the house.
What a world.
Unbelievable.
They gave away a house. The Simpsons gave away a house. Who are these people that are just like picking up? And yes, I know there's articles online about both the WWE house and the Simpsons house. You can go look those up and read about it. It's absolutely fascinating. It's just kind of funny that it's like, it's a fun promotion. We're going to give somebody a home. They're not going to do anything with it. It seems like a terrible idea. And guess what? Every time those promotions have been done, it's been a genuinely terrible idea.
It hasn't worked out. But hey,
why next week
we're giving away my apartment.
You want to? Yes, the winner next week gets to sublet Dominic D'Angelo's apartment. We've always wondered what's on the other side of that incredibly creepy door. It looks like that door looks like it's out of an A24 movie.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
I don't know what's lurking behind that door. It's scary, but it fits. And guys, speaking of fits, we're going to talk about True Classic. I have been preaching all week about how incredible True Classics clothing is. I even mentioned earlier on, I know that I'm going to be getting some True Classic stuff coming up for Hanukkah because I was going to say it works. Obviously it works as clothing, but it looks good and it feels good, and it's high quality clothing. I just put the last load of the True Classic shirts that I wore through the wash. They came out pristine, just like when I first opened them. What's great about these are it looks like you paid a lot of money for them, and the truth is you didn't. They have best-selling t-shirts, hoodies, jeans, and more, and they come in packs of 3, 6, and 9. So the more you buy, the more that you're going to wind up saving. These are premium products at an incredibly affordable price. The shirts, gentlemen, do what you want them to do. They're going to fit snug in the right places, and they're going to cover up certain areas like your midsection. So you're going to wear these shirts with confidence. And when you put a shirt on and you look good and you feel good, more importantly, if someone else says, hey, you look good, you're never going to not buy that product again. That's what you get here with True Classics. They got some of the fall must-haves. They got long sleeve shirts, hoodies, jeans, button-ups. But I don't know why button-ups. That's a hard thing for me to say. Joggers and more. I actually was rocking the sweatpants that they sent. I had to walk my son to school yesterday. It was in the 40s. Ooh. And I was like, all right, I guess I may not want to go walk outside in shorts. I'm going to put those on. Super comfortable. Absolutely love them. You can mix and match the clothing to work within your lifestyle. There is a 100% perfect fit guarantee and easy returns. You open it up, you put it on, it didn't fit, you pop it in the box, you ship it back, you get something else. You're going to be all set. Most importantly, there have been over 4 million customers who have bought True Classic, and there are over 200,000 positive reviews. Some of y'all haven't even gone online to write a positive review of this show, and you tune in every single day. Imagine over 200,000 people so passionate about a t-shirt or a pair of pants, they got to go online and say, my God, this has changed my life. And guys, fall is here. It's time to step up your game. Right now, you can unlock big savings when you bundle packs. Use our exclusive link, trueclassic.com/rumor to save. That's trueclassic.com/rumor. Shop now and elevate your wardrobe today.
Yeah. I want me a pair of them joggers. Going to the gym all the time, you need to look good there. So, got to do it. trueclassic.com/rumor.
Yeah, we just did this.
I wanted to reiterate.
What the?
I clicked on something different. I don't know.
I know. All of a sudden, I got a picture of Vincent D'Onofrio.
Is that what that was? Oh, it is the Kingpin.
It looked like Vincent D'Onofrio from the Kingpin.
It is. Why is that there?
Dude, you're asking me? I don't know. It's clearly something going on from the other side of your door. Like Daredevil needs to be busting in at any moment to put a stop to what you're doing there. but we're not going to put a stop to what we're doing here, in
No.
spite of the fact that next week I will be on assignment. I'll be away all week, but Dominic D'Angelo will be here, and I'm sure he will fill in with a couple of potential guest hosts. Hopefully not that damn degenerate brother of yours, Dom.
Yeah, Robert, I gotta say, Marcus is in competition this weekend. The Pittsburgh Classic is taking place. You can check it out on Triller.tv, and he will be in a battle royal to try to win the high stakes championship. So check it out. IWC International Wrestling Cartel Pittsburgh Classic. Marcus is in the battle royal, hopes to win it. So we'll see. He's still got a little bit of an ego about him, so I think that's always going to bite him in the butt if that's the case.
Well,
But,
speaking of guys with an ego,
mm,
December 15th, 2024, the Festival of Fights. Speaking of Hanukkah, here for Boca Raton Championship Wrestling. You can go to BocaRatonWrestling.com. The main event is MJF versus QT Marshall. I have willed this into existence. More importantly, if you bring an unwrapped toy or give a $20 donation to Smushy Squishies, my daughter's charity for children's hospitals, you will get an opportunity to get a photo with the one and only QT Marshall. That's going to be a blast. That is December 15th. That's going to be next Sunday. I'll be blasting that all over the social media stuff. But Dom, yesterday I had a chance to sit down with Mr. Scott Chaplin, and we talked a bunch of Working Stiff.
yeah, you guys covered a lot of ground too.
We covered a lot of ground. We talked about ECW. We talked about the ECW revival. Talked a little WWE. Talked a little AEW. Talked a little of the news that was going on in Manhattan with the unfortunate shooting incident that happened. That's the thing about that show. We never know where it's going to go, and it winds up being an absolute blast. It is well worth your time. You can get that wherever you get audio podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, and the like. And thank you to those folks who did their Spotify wrapped end of the year thing, and they were posting how many people have been listening to Working Stiff, how many people have been listening to Rumor and Innuendo. We love the support, and we're really excited for what we're going to bring you in the weeks, months, and years to come. Willie Thornbrew has a great question here. I have a Flaming Moe, please. We are a Flaming Homer fan. I actually have a Flaming Moe glass.
Do you really?
And from went to Universal a couple years ago.
Man,
They got the Flaming Moe glass. Did not put cough syrup in it, unfortunately, and light it on fire. I don't think it's a particularly flame supportive glass. But someone who's white hot, Mr. Rob Van Dam.
That's right, Robert. Rob and I are planning to record tonight, so be on the lookout. The typical shoot time is 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can go to rvdtv.com, Rob Van Dam's YouTube, or check out X, Rob Van Dam on X. We go live on all those channels, so be sure to support the show, get a question in, everything like that. And as well, be on the lookout next week for Straight Talk with the Boss, Magnum TA, Greg Gagne. We usually go every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we have a new episode and plenty, I'm sure, to talk about then. But it's been a good episode, Robert. What a way to close the Friday. What a way to close St. Nick's Day. I'm still waiting on my gifts, though, in my boots.
If something materializes in your boots, it's coming from behind that door. Don't open the A24 door, but definitely tune in here every Monday through Friday at noon Eastern on a plethora of platforms, including the WW Creative _ISH X account, the SE Scoops X account, the Dominic D'Angelo X account. Saw that slip in there earlier today. Well done. And on YouTube, ad-free shows, Room and Innuendo, and Working Stiff. So on behalf of Flamin' Dominic D'Angelo, I'm Robert Karpolis. Best of luck in your future endeavors.
I'm going to go listen to some B-sharps.